Welcome back to the SSL Family Dad channel. We're out here doing some cutting, getting ready to build the biggest raised bed garden that I have ever built. So let me show you what the goal is and let's get this thing put together. So this is the pallet raised bed that we built a few years ago. This is 22 feet long, I believe. It's made completely from pallet wood and free materials, other than a few deck screws that I use to put the support braces that are buried underneath in there. But this is all kind of a free idea, and I like this. It's worked really well, but it's not, it's not as 100% straight. It doesn't look quite as nice as the ones that I built last year. These are smaller garden boxes built from 2x6s. And so I wanted to build all my new ones this way. The pallet ones are great. I've used those for years. They work very well. They are just about free, but they take a lot of time. So it's a lot of ripping wood and nailing wood, and it just takes a lot longer. These are super easy to zip together, but they cost more because you have to buy the wood. So that's the give and the take, I guess. So the goal today is to build a new raised bed that it's going to be 24 feet long. So it's going to be a little longer than this one. And that's going to go right in this area. So I have a pretty tried and true way of constructing these raised beds that I will show you. It is easy, and they're structurally sound, and they're going to last a long time. These are basically the design that I'm going to be using. It's just going to be a lot longer than these. But these are a 12-inch deep raised bed. Technically, they're 11 inches because the 2x6s are only 5.5 inches wide. And so I'm using two 2x6s here instead of a 2x12 because it is actually a lot less expensive to buy two 2x6s than it is to buy a 2x12. Now, the legs are treated. Those are the legs or the support pieces that keep everything nice and square, so there's no bowing in anything. And so we have everything cut here and laid out. I've got all my legs there. I've got some support beams or support cross members there that are going to go in. Those are all treated wood, so that stuff won't rot. And then I've got the ends, and then we have all of the side pieces laid out right here. All right, let's get this whole thing put together here, and then I will show you how we are treating the wood a little bit and kind of staining it without using any stain. Let's flip it up this way on this side, and then move it this way, and then flip it back down this way. And just flip it over.
And Dad went in for Honey, this side. Stop.
So this is just a MAP gas torch that we're gonna use. So this is just a plumbing torch. So we're gonna, you just kind of lightly did this, or, well, show me how you did it. Show me how you did it on the other one.
So with this one, since it's new wood, you want to kind of go against the grain. You just want to burn it lightly until that grain pulls off.
So there's some spots that burn a little easier than others, it seems like. Cool. Alright. I like it. We're going to lift it, and then you're just going to carry it like this. Just walk. Like a big caterpillar with a bunch of feet underneath it. Mom can get, or I can get up front. So you three girls are going to lift that side, and then I'm going to lift this side. That's the plan. Count of three. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh my gosh,
Hey.
oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Keep
Wait, I
walking.
need to put it down.
Right now?
Yeah, I lifted
We didn't make it very far. 1, 2, 3.
3.
All right.
Oh my gosh, Dad.
Forward.
Yeah, my fingers. Wait, every time Kayla lets go, Todd, I'm not okay. Okay, I got it. I got it.
All the work for me. I'm not doing anything. I'm literally not
Wait,
doing
wait. Someone's not pulling their weight.
I'm trying, but I don't have any weight.
anything. You guys, I can't do it.
All right, set it down.
Summer, someone just let go of their weight. Okay.
2, 3.
Oh my gosh, okay, yep, I feel it now. I feel it now.
Somebody hold it.
You guys, I just let go, and nothing happened.
Don't let go.
Over, I just let go.
Please
No,
let
I
go.
don't feel any weight. Okay, now I do, now I do.
Ah.
Well, it's in place. I think the SSL family mom did a lot better job on her side. This was my side. I did a little lighter. Her side looks a lot nicer, I think. So the idea with this is a couple things. Number one, you're able to kind of give it a little bit of a better look than just lumber sitting out here, and it looks kind of like it's stained a little bit. I don't know if this is true or not, and I'm going to try to do the inside as well if I get a minute, but I think that in theory this kind of seals the wood grain, so it kind of sears it a little bit and closes the pores on the wood up, so it should absorb less moisture that way and maybe last a little bit longer. I don't know if that's true, but it seems like a good theory. The next step will be to dig holes under each one of these little legs, just take a shovel full of dirt out, and then we'll start to level this all out from end to end and side to side and make sure that it sits nice and square and level. But I put all the screws for these supports, so we've got treated wood on the inside, so this stuff will be buried in dirt, and then this will hopefully last a lot longer. If one of these boards were to rot out, it's going to be 5 years or more before I'm going to start seeing issues with rot. But if one of these boards were to start to rot, all the screws are on the outside, so I can zip the screws out of this and pull a board off, put a new board on without any real big issue. 1.5 inches, thickness, it's going to take quite a while for this to rot out enough for it to really be an issue. All it really needs to do is hold dirt, and so it's not that big of a deal. You can also attach trellises and other things to the sides of these, which I have done before. I may do in the future, but right now it's just going to be a non-trellis bed. So we are going to level this thing out from end to end and side to side. Sometimes that means we're on a little bit of a slope here, so we're going to be digging in the end close to the house here in front of me. We're going to be digging that in a little bit. So that front edge and this front bed is probably going to sit 1 inch or even 2 inches below the ground on the outside. Then the other end might even be up 1 inch off the ground, and then we'll wood chip along it so there's no gap underneath. It's not important for growing purposes to make it level, but it is important for your wife to make it level. This is where having a good level comes in handy. This is a 4-foot level, and man, is this thing nice. You can go edge to edge. If you don't have a level this big, of course you can just put a 2x4 across here and put a little level in the middle of it. That's fine too. You don't want to use your stringers that go in between for level, because you don't know if those are exactly level. So use edge to edge, and that'll make sure that you have a perfect level. I'm going to level each box off individually because we have a little bit of a flex point where these 2x6s connect on the leg. And so we're going to level this box first, and then I'll move to the next one, and then the next one, and the next one, on down the line. Got a lot of work to do filling it still. We'll do that in another episode. But a lot of people ask me if you have to, put something down on the bottom to get rid of the grass or anything like that. And if you're doing a 12-inch raised bed like this, and actually the way this is off the ground down here, it's even deeper than 12 inches once we get it filled. So, I mean, if you have grass or something like that, you're putting this right on a yard or a lawn, I would scrape the sod off the top layer. It just helps. Grass can sprout through 12 inches, believe it or not. So you might want to just take the grass off. But other than that, I wouldn't really worry about putting anything on the bottom. If you have moles and other things you're worried about, some people put like hardware cloth or some type of wire on the bottom. You could do that if you want to, but honestly, it's probably not going to really be an issue. We've got a lot of work left to do on this raised bed. That is the only disadvantage of raised bed gardening that I can think of or have found, is that it does take some time to set it up initially. But once this is here, it's going to be here for years, and we'll have nice, rich, loose soil in that in the raised bed. We use our special kind of soil mix that we've used for years. Keeps that soil nice and fluffy and loose and filled with nutrients. You'll have worms and all kinds of microorganisms and other things in there. Nice, healthy, living soil, and raised bed gardening is just awesome. We've had the absolute best growth with using our soil mix in raised beds versus anything else, and so we try to build as many raised beds as possible. Eventually, this whole area will be raised beds. We just do a little bit at a time. There is a bit of cost to this. I mean, obviously, all these 2x6s. This is a huge raised bed, biggest one I've ever built, 24 feet long. By 3 feet wide, and it's a monster. We're gonna be able to grow a lot in here. So let me know what you guys think about the burned finish. We've had good luck with it, and we like it. Like the way it looks, and it's pretty much free. I mean, it costs a little bit of propane or MAP gas for a torch, but it doesn't really take that much. It didn't take that much time to do this, so it doesn't take that much gas. Don't forget to hit thumbs up on today's video. Lots more gardening things to come. We're in high-speed gear over here, planting and preparing garden spaces all over the farm, and so love to have you tag along for those things. Subscribe if this is your first time here, and as always, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good one.